As you may have noticed, there has been a sustained attack on white identity. Leftists, neo-Marxists, and minorities have all formed a coalition to attack white identity and discredit it, to put it 6 feet under. Now, why are they doing that? They're doing that because they believe that white identity, or if white people have a sense of group solidarity, then that is a threat to the power of these racial minorities. Racial minorities obviously want to gain the upper hand in this democratic battle for political control. And so if they have the demographics on their side, they will win that game. They will succeed in usurping the political system. And so if white people have no identity, have no sense of group interest or solidarity, then they're easy pickings for these minority groups to walk all over, to push aside in this political war. And so the attack remains. It's sustained, it is systematic, it is permeating the media, academia, the politics. All of it is aiming its arrow towards white identity. They want to smash any feelings of nationhood, of peoplehood, of whites, so that they are not an obstacle to the power of these racial minority groups. And so you notice that they don't even want white people to acknowledge that they exist as a race. They want to discredit the concept of race itself. Only when white people start to assert their own identity, they attack the very concept of race, the very foundation of it. But you see, it is a trick. It is a sleight of hand to convince the white subject that he has no group interest. It's very simple. It's very easy to figure out what's going on, what's happening here. And so when we see these minority groups, establishing their own organizations, their own associations, pushing their group interest, but then they say, no, white man, you're not allowed to do that. We understand where they're coming from. They're simply moving an obstacle out of their way towards total control. This is a racial competition. They see whites as their primary competition insofar as whites are still the majority ethnic group in these Western countries. And what better way to move them out of the way and take them out of power, to uproot them, than to convince them that they don't even exist, that they have no group interest, and that expressing any kind of group interest is a moral evil. Yes, we understand exactly what's happening. So any white people watching this who aren't convinced that this is happening, go to any university and look at all the organizations that exist there. I guarantee you there will be all kinds of racial and cultural groups related to non-white people, and there will be not one single group that relates to white people. And if you try to start your own group promoting white people or white culture, you will be assailed by all of these other racial groups. So let's understand, this is nothing more than a racial competition. When they attack white identity, they are doing so from the perspective of racial solidarity with their own group. They see you as a threat to their political power, and they will use any means necessary to remove that threat. It's time to fight back, white man.